This is TechCrunch.
Grok may soon get an unhinged mode. I'm Zeke Robinson, and it's now time for your Daily Crunch for Thursday, starting with 3 big headlines. Watch Duty, an app to track wildfires with live maps and alerts, has become the #1 free app in Apple's App Store as of Wednesday morning. The fire tracking app surpassed the ChatGPT app for the #1 spot, as devastating fires continue to rage across Southern California. Watch Duty has been around since 2021 and says it's used by firefighters and first responders across the western United States. The Watch Duty app pulls information about active wildfires from a network of active and retired firefighters, first responders, official government reports, and volunteer reporters who monitor radio scanners around the clock. While other fire tracking apps solely rely on government alerts, Watch Duty claims to have more real-time information. However, it's important to remember the app is not a replacement for official information. Downloading the app will show you wildfires in your immediate area and alert you about nearby fires, evacuation warnings, and firefighting efforts. You can also use the app to check in other areas, which may be especially helpful if you have loved ones in Southern California. The fire tracking app shot to the top of the charts Wednesday morning as more than 70,000 people in and around Los Angeles County face evacuation orders from the Palisades fire near Santa Monica and the Eaton fire near Pasadena. Mastodon CEO Eugene Rochko has spoken out about the significant moderation changes announced by Meta on Tuesday, which will see the social networking giant removing fact-checking across its apps in favor of a crowdsourced community notes feature, similar to X's. The Mastodon founder, whose app competes with X and Meta's ex-rival Instagram Threads, calls Meta's changes deeply troubling and a concern to anyone with a conscience. He also warned Threads users who cross-post from Threads to Mastodon via Threads' Fediverse sharing feature that Mastodon will take action on hate speech and any Threads account violating Mastodon's existing policies. Following the announcement of Meta's loosened content moderation rules, which affect LGBTQ communities and other marginalized users, many Mastodon users wanted to know what this meant for the open-source decentralized social network, given its connection with Threads. Last June, Meta opened up its Fediverse sharing feature to all Threads users after earlier beta testing in the US, Canada, and Japan. The feature lets Threads users enable an option that will publish their posts directly to Mastodon as well, allowing them to reach a broader audience. Rochko previously touted Threads' federation, saying the move made the open-source Mastodon a far more attractive option. He has also spoken about how Meta's adoption of the underlying ActivityPub protocol, which powers Mastodon and other federated servers, was a validation of the move to decentralized social media. Rochko's post indicates the organization is aware that Threads integration could soon become a moderation challenge. Last April, Elon Musk, the billionaire owner of X, teased a mysterious unhinged mode for X's AI-powered chatbot Grok. Nearly a year later, xAI, the Musk-owned company behind Grok, has updated the FAQ page on its website that sheds light on the new mode. Grok in unhinged mode will provide responses intended to be objectionable, inappropriate, and offensive, according to the FAQ page, much like an amateur stand-up comic who is still learning the craft. The mode doesn't appear to be live yet. TechCrunch tried in vain to find it in the Grok web interface on X. Unhinged mode may be Musk's attempt to deliver on Grok's original vision. When Musk announced Grok roughly 2 years ago, he pitched the chatbot as edgy, unfiltered, and anti-woke, in general willing to answer controversial questions other AI systems won't. He delivered on some of that promise. Told to be vulgar, for example, Grok will happily oblige, spewing profanities and colorful language you wouldn't hear from ChatGPT. But Grok, as it exists today, hedges on political subjects and won't cross certain boundaries. In fact, one study found that Grok leans to the political left on topics like transgender rights, diversity programs, and inequality. Musk blamed the behavior on Grok's training data, public web pages, and pledged to shift Grok closer to politically neutral. Musk and many of his allies, including President-elect Donald Trump's crypto and AI czar David Sacks, have accused AI chatbots of censoring conservative viewpoints. Now we go to producer Dennis with today's startup news in about 1 minute.
Thank you, Zeke. And we begin with H1. a healthcare data analytics platform serving the pharmaceutical industry with data on over 10 million healthcare professionals. H1 has acquired Ribbon, a startup that helps patients find doctors that are supported by their insurance. H1 had its sights on combining with Ribbon for years. Ribbon serves patients by providing details about doctors' expertise, cost, and quality. And OnPay, a startup that develops payroll solutions as well as software to help manage HR and benefits, announced that it has secured over $100 million in new funding. OnPay provides businesses apps to assist with payroll deductions and taxes, manage teams, and select health insurance, workers' comp, and 401k plans for their workforce. OnPay's products connect with a range of third-party HR and compliance tools, letting customers sync data between apps like accounting information. And that'll do it for me. Zeke, back to you.
And that's your Daily Crunch. Today's stories were reported by Kyle Wiggers, Sarah Perez, Maxwell Zeff, and more TechCrunch journalists. We'll see you next week, and until then, find us at TechCrunch.com.